On today's show, let's go to Hollywood for this private reading with actor David Carradine and his then-wife, Coco Dieste. John always says that you never know who's going to get a message, and that's exactly what happened in this case. The session started off with messages for our camera operators, but finally, a reference to one of their names led John to Coco.
What's your first name? Because they're saying to say your name.
Joseph.
Who else is Joseph?
My father's Joseph.
Doug.
Has Joseph also passed?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a
Cross thing here, yeah.
he had the heart problems? And besides him as being Joseph, is there like a Josephine or a Joanne also?
Relatives, yes.
Okay. And he has a sister who passed from cancer? Because there would be a contemporary to your father who I would see as being somebody who would be to his side who passes from breast cancer.
A cousin that died of breast cancer.
It's got to be older than you, though.
She was older than me, yes.
Okay. Would you be the singer of the family?
My mother and me
Sing?
sing. My grandmother did too, actually.
Did you ever see Annie Get Your Gun?
Yes.
Is there a reference to something about a song about a gun, like Can't Get a Man with a Gun, or is there like a joke about getting a man with a gun?
Not that I recall, but I am familiar with the musical, and so is my grandmother.
I'm seeing Annie Get Your Gun on Broadway.
Huh.
So to me, I don't think it's the name Annie. I think it has to do for the actual, what the plot would be about, or what the song is about, or what the scene I'm seeing is.
Uh-huh.
He'd be great in that part.
He's claiming that either they did not do a surgery for him, or they could not do a surgery for him.
Right.
My dad's name is Joseph, and I was very, very close with my dad. Daddy's little girl, and I have this one picture of the two of us when I was 16 years old. It's very emotionally significant for me, and I was praying that he would come through. I had a feeling he might, and he did. My dad passed away in March of '84, and the funny thing is I never felt like he had left. He had a situation where they were afraid that they did surgery that he wouldn't make it through the surgery, so they opted not to have the surgery. And he passed away in his sleep, and it was part, clogged artery and the heart condition all in one. And, but he passed very peacefully.
He's claiming to have been met by his father, the older male for him.
Huh.
But he's claiming that this person had been gone for like 30, 40 years, that he had not seen him.
Right.
And your dad's got a male that's coming through at him that's, I would say, is being like an uncle for you.
Okay.
There's a feeling of either they had over-medicated at one point. He had been over-medicated.
He was on a...
He was on a blood thinner, right?
Not that I know of, but he might have been.
Okay, maybe I'm misinterpreting that. Was there a hemorrhaging aspect for him?
No, but my uncle had a similar problem, and he was on medication a lot.
Do you know if somebody had hemorrhaged or had like a bleeding out problem?
It could have been my uncle.
Where does the AN come in, like Anthony?
Well, I have an Anthony, but he hasn't crossed over yet.
Is that still connected to your dad?
Pardon?
To your dad? But to your family?
It's to my family, my mother's brother. But I also have an Uncle Al.
Did you not know her father?
Beg your pardon?
Did you not know her father?
He didn't know, no.
Because he's not making me feel like he knows him.
Right, no, he never met him. He passed away.
One of the things that as a psychic medium that I'm accused of is like reading people's body language and like what they're wearing, and your dad is telling me to tell you that he comes from a Jewish background, but I see that you're wearing like, rosary beads, which I know is of a Catholic background.
Right. Well, he Orthodox Jewish is my father. My mother's side is Roman Catholic.
Is that something that he would always bring up as far as referencing
He used
like
words,
religion in the
Jewish
family?
words and fun phrases like that, yeah.
Now, was mom and dad still together when he passed?
Yes.
So did she give him actually a Catholic burial? Or was there more of a, was it less Jewish?
It was less Jewish.
Okay.
I was wearing my grandmother's rosary, and John picked up like Jewish and Catholic. Well, my dad's side was the Orthodox Jewish, and my grandmother's side is the Roman Catholic. And I was hoping she'd come through. I thought, well, if I wear something of hers and feel close with her, and I often wear the ring that she gave me. And so we got the combo pack of that. And then he said something about my dad having an unconventional Jewish or non-Jewish burial of sorts. Well, he was cremated and we buried him at sea. So it was not, the Orthodox Jewish method by any means.
Where does the FA come in? Like Faye or like the F sound?
Oh, my mother's sister. My mother's sister.
Now, you knew that your father would show up today doing this? You, like in your mind, you knew that he was going to be the person to come through?
Yes, I was hoping.
I must be missing something. He's telling me to tell you, Annie, get your gun again.
Past or future?
That's a good point. I don't know. Sometimes they give me information that's future related. So unless you're going to be doing something Annie, get your gun related, but I'm seeing Annie, get your gun.
Interesting.
Your dad is telling me to tell you, but you said his name was DJ?
Joseph,
Okay. Is there any reason why he wants to be acknowledged with an S name?
with an S name?
Because if it's not him with the S name, then he's got somebody with him who I would see as being like Simon or Sam or
Sam. My Uncle Sam, his brother.
Pest?
Yes.
Okay, because he's got the SM with him.
Yeah.
My Uncle Sam loved corny jokes. I to this day, I can hear his kind of a laugh. And he was very close to my dad, so they would correspond and trade jokes through the mail and over the phone. They were very, very close as kids, as adults. They passed away 6 months from each other. And that said a lot to me right there, that they were together, they're happy, they're still connected, and boy, that was very profound for me.
This reading continues as Coco's father comes through with more messages for his beloved daughter.
Are you crafty with crystals?
Oh, yes.
Did you make like, do you know what chakras are?
Oh, yeah.
Did you do something with crystals for chakras on a stick? Like a chakra stick or?
Oh, well, I've studied healing. I'm into that quite intensely, yeah.
Because that to me is, when I see chakra stuff like that, that's going to be where I'm going to go with this. Opening up, developing, and energy.
Right.
Did you study Reiki?
Yes.
You're not completed with this yet, though. It's not like done. It's not like either there's like another step for you or there's something else that you're connected to there. And there's something coming up that I would see being Canadian or a Canada thing. So
Definitely.
I'm seeing pink roses. When I see that, that's my symbol of their way of expressing their love and emotions for you. And in doing this, there's something about running through a window or running through glass. I don't feel like I'm going to laugh, so I don't think he's trying to say, hey, remember when?
Uh-huh.
To me, I feel like this was something that might have been serious. Somebody going through glass, going through the window, going through the door,
Oh, car accident.
going through the glass.
Yes.
On a personal level, he's making me feel like you need to be patient. There's going to be some issues coming up for you that you're going to feel like somewhat of a personal struggle and patience are going to be necessary, where you're going to be seeing things one way, but people around you and connected to you might not be feeling things the same way, and therefore you're not going to be sharing the same vision. And it's going to be, it's like a matter of just kind of like holding to, you know, where you're at and what you know to be true as part of what your foundation is. I don't know if you're getting involved with health and healing or taking care of somebody or beyond a spiritual healing. I feel like there might be somebody around you whose health is either questionable or in jeopardy, where you're going to be spending some time, you know, doing the, you know, taking them back and forth to a doctor or helping them, you know, in some type of way physically. And it's something that will be time consuming in some capacity, but just kind of like at that point, that's when you need to kind of hit back into your foundation of this is what you know to be true and this is what I'm supposed to be doing, this is where you're going. And I also feel like I'm going to be mending something with an older female. So I don't know if you haven't seen an old female friend or if you haven't connected with an old female family member, but I feel like I'm mending a relationship in some capacity.
The healing with the older woman was my mother, and it was a major, major thing in my life. It just happened this past year. It was a family situation she refused to acknowledge all these years, and she finally acknowledged what had happened and how to deal with it, and it was a major healing experience between the two of us.
Is Sam the jeweler?
No.
Somebody on that side of the family either imported, exported jewelry or gold, or there's some type of jewelry connection here.
Huh.
Was his real name not Sam, but they called him Sam?
His real name was Sam. They might have had a nickname for him. They all had nicknames for each other, but I don't know what his was.
Did anybody go by a name that sounded like Checkers?
Checkers. I'll check. Well, my aunt has a funny nickname, but it's not Checkers.
Is it like a CH?
No.
Somebody's got it, unless she's like named, you know, after a board game. I don't know what that means, but I feel like on Dad's side of the family,
Okay.
we need to acknowledge that. His whole purpose in coming through is just to let you know that he's aware of what you're doing. Is somebody married 3 times in the family?
Yes,
He's telling me to acknowledge that he sees a 3.
that's me.
He's pulling back. I'm losing him. Just know that your dad saw this is his way of coming through.
Yeah.
Cool.
It is way cool.
David and I had a reading with John over 2.5 years ago. At the time of the reading, I obviously had no idea what The next 2.5 years is going to be like, I had no idea how difficult this journey was going to be. To see this again after so much time, I'm kind of getting teary-eyed because it's, wow, it's the old house, and to see David.
On a personal level, he's making me feel like you need to be patient. There's going to be some issues coming up for you that you're going to feel like somewhat of a personal struggle.
Well, David and I have divorced, and that was the most unnatural, incredibly painful experience in my life. Having my dad, feeling my dad was guiding me through this whole experience with the divorce and going through the whole personal experience, there were a lot of times that I felt completely alone, and it's a horrible experience, but then I'd remember, oh, wait a minute, I'm not alone. My dad is with me. However, from that, it's like the steel going through the fire and reforging itself into something stronger and more beautiful. So I feel transformed through the experience, and again, my dad coming through the reading and helping me with that, he was just there.
Is Sam the jeweler?
No.
Somebody on that side of the family either imported, exported jewelry or gold, or there's some type of jewelry connection here.
Huh.
I was clueless. It was like, yeah, I dabbled with the jewelry. I took art in high school, but I had no idea that, and this just happened 3 weeks ago, I got this idea for a jewelry line, and I'm developing it. I'm getting the models made and the prototypes, and I'm going through it. It's going to be in gold, platinum, and silver, and more of a commercial line. Looking back and at the reading and hearing from my dad, it proved to me that he was there for me, and he still is. Thanks, Dad, for still watching over me. Haven't given up.